Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Mack Robinson College of Business at Georgia State University. We are so excited today that you have joined us for our Masters of Science in Information Systems webinar. We are going to spend the next 45 minutes telling you a little bit about the Robinson College of Business, a little bit about Atlanta, Georgia, and why it is such a great community and city to live, do business, and study in. We will then talk to you a little bit about our programs within our information systems departments and the student services you can expect should you decide to pursue your graduate studies at Robinson. We will conclude the presentation with information about the admissions process, estimated cost and pricing, and scholarship opportunities. We will then talk to you about any questions you may have about the program, the admissions process, or Robinson in general. So please feel free to type your questions into the chat box as you are thinking of them during this presentation. So before we get into the meat of the presentation, I would first like to introduce the team that will be delivering the presentation today. My name again is Allison, and I am the Associate Director of Graduate Recruiting. And my team really focuses on students that live outside of the Atlanta area. So if you are a student who lives outside of the United States and have any questions about the process, please contact me. My colleague Felton Todd will work with students that live within the U.S. but outside of Atlanta. So if you are living outside of Atlanta in the U.S., please contact Felton. Nicole is our communications guru. She sends all the emails, and she will work with you throughout the process should you have any questions.
It seems Allison's microphone has stopped working, but I'll go ahead and continue on from here. Gaurav is our graduate research assistant. He is a current student in the MSIS program, and he will be talking a little bit about the program and its structure, and a little bit about his experience while he's been in the program. He will also talk about why it's the right fit for him. So I'm going to go ahead here and get started with a couple facts about our top-ranked business programs. The Robinson College of Business is the 5th largest business school in the United States. And as you can see, we are ranked by U.S. News and World Report as well as Bloomberg Business Week. Something else to note is that we have over 80,000 alumni, half of which still live in Atlanta. I will go a little bit further into the benefits of this large constituency of alumni in just a couple minutes within the Atlanta area. Lastly, something I'd like to point out is that we are really proud of our computer information systems graduate programs, as they are ranked 8th in the nation. This is something to keep in mind as you are making your graduate school decisions, and hopefully something that you will keep in mind about the Robinson College of Business. So next, let's talk a little bit about why Robinson College of Business. So if our rankings didn't give you enough incentive, let me delve a little bit deeper into some of the great benefits that Robinson offers. First, one of the best things about Robinson is the location in association with our large alumni network. We are located in downtown Atlanta near many Fortune 500 companies, all of which have alumni from us. This will allow for some great career coaching and networking opportunities and really offer a diverse experience for you. We also have a very large, diverse student population, which Gaurav will speak to a little bit later in the presentation. Another great thing about RCB is the opportunity to get involved in giving back. For example, some of our accounting students have raised over $90,000 to send 20 Kenyan women to college. That's something we're really proud of and something that you can get involved in while you're here. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about Atlanta, Georgia. So for those of you who may not know, Atlanta, Georgia is located on the east coast of the United States, just north of Florida. We're the 9th largest city in the U.S. and one of the most affordable. I'll get to a little bit more about that in just a minute. We also have the world's busiest airport, which means cheap airfare for those of you who like to travel around, go visit home from if you come from wherever. Also, we have great weather year round. Every once in a while, it gets a little bit weird, but in general, it's pretty temperate. We have a pretty great temperature year round. Also, we have a great transportation system, interstate highways. And something that was really great is our subway system. We have the MARTA, which will help you get from classes either in Buckhead or downtown Alpharetta, and even can take you down to the airport, which is pretty cool. We also are third in the nation, like I said, for Fortune 500 company headquarters, CNN, UPS, Coke, Home Depot, any of the big four accounting firms are within walking distance of the RCB. So to talk a little bit more about the cost of living in Atlanta and on campus. So our off-campus living is something that's pretty affordable. Apartments within the city are typically run about $600 to $1,000 a month. And usually about $400 to $700 a month in the suburbs. And utilities typically cost about $100 a month, which is very affordable compared to some of the bigger cities like New York, DC, LA. Also, our on-campus living is extremely affordable. You can see some of the different options that we have. You can have a shared loft, private 2-bedroom, shared apartments with the meal plans, which is really great, all for really affordable prices. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the services that we offer. Our office is the Graduate Recruiting and Student Services Office. And like Allison said, we're here to help you through the admissions process, enrollment process, and once you've enrolled, getting you started with your advisement, picking out your classes. So we're here to help you along the whole way. So any questions that you might have, please feel free to ask. Next, we also have the Career Management Center, which offers individual career counseling, resume reviews, workshops, panel discussions. And like I said earlier, with the alumni that we have in such close proximity to us, we have some executive career coaching where you can match up with a top level executive and kind of have a mentor through your whole process here at Robinson. And we also have the Robinson Career Connection, which is where jobs and internships are posted for you to look at throughout your time here. And now Gaurav will talk a little bit about the MSIS program.
Hi everyone. The MSIS program, its structure is it's a one-year format, which has I'm sorry, it's a mistake in the slide. It's a 3-semester course, and first question that comes into mind is one-year format equivalent to a 2-year course? Because sometimes I thought that companies might not recognize the one-year format as good as a 2-year, but that's not the case because the program in the US are counted according to the credit hours they have. So even though it's a one-year format, we have 36 credit hours, out of which 33 are courses. That means there'll be subjects worth of 33 credit hours, and 3 hours will be dedicated only for field study. Also, you can say it as an internship. It's a mandatory internship in the second semester, so you can either work in Atlanta, like in a company. You can get paid, or it can be unpaid, like in a good company. If it's unpaid, it's still even good. The cohort, it format fosters peer learning, collaboration, and the best thing in this program is in just 4 months, I've already made so much network, like with professionals and even personal relationships, and it's great to be in this program. Candidate profile: you must have an undergraduate degree from a university, an accredited university, and you should be able to handle the course load because it's a one-year program and you have to work really hard and prove your worth to excel in this program. Something about location and schedule. This is the classes will be held at Robinson Buckhead Center. It's the business hub in Atlanta. So there are all the big companies are here. So it's different from the downtown, which we have the main campus, but it's really good. The classes are on Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 5:30 to 9:45. But besides that, you'll have plenty of work and assignments, projects, and everything to do in the weekdays. Something about the courses we have. We have 12 courses spread out throughout the 3 semesters. We have information technology project management, process innovation, executive information systems. In the first semester, we had project management and security and privacy of information and information systems. We just started the new second semester where we are studying computer forensics and software requirements management. Um, about the faculty, they're ex defense of department employees, researchers, ex CIOs. So we have a mix of great faculty, which are not only uh, in, you can say, like teaching field, but also like from the professional field. So they have lots of war stories, if you may, to share with students. And it's great to not only just study, but also have experiences from them in the professional world, in the corporate world.
Now, Allison will start to talk a little bit about our Executive MS and Managing Information Technology program.
So this program is similar to the program we just described. However, it is really designed for the person that has 7 to 10 years of work experience. It is a 36 credit hour program, again, including a 6 credit field study course. It is also in the cohort format, again, so that you will have the opportunity to get to know your classmates and work with them on multiple team projects. The difference between the candidate profile is that we do require at least 4 years of IT work experience. However, I would say that the average is much higher than this of the current cohort that is going through the course. The location is in our Alpharetta Center. So to give you a bit of perspective, our main campus is downtown Atlanta, so right in the midst of the business community. We then have a Buckhead campus, which is about 5 miles north of our downtown campus, and again located in a business and shopping district. This program is in our Alpharetta Center. Alpharetta is about 30 miles north of downtown in a suburb of Atlanta, and where a number of our IT companies in Atlanta are located. So also different about this program is that it meets every other Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. So again, it is designed for that person who is working currently in Atlanta and has a good number of years of work experience. So just to give you a little bit of information about the courses. So again, some of the courses overlap with the MSIS program. However, you will also see that there are some different ones, such as finance and accounting for information systems, organizational change management. So it's really designed for the person who has the functional IT experience and is getting ready to move on to an executive management type role. I'm going to turn things back to Gaurav quickly just to tell you why he chose the MSIS program and a little bit about the perspectives of his classmates as well.
Right now, information systems, that's the hottest topic in the market right now. Um, Forbes ranked information systems master's degree as the best for jobs. There's a whole article out there, and it's pretty interesting, actually. That was one of the major reasons I chose information systems. I have a technical background of computer science. I worked for 2 years with the Swedish government in Sweden, and I wanted to move on from there to functional roles and in business roles. So, and I was pretty impressed with the ranking Forbes gave to master's degree in IS. Um, Second, there are different domains you can apply information systems knowledge to. You don't have to be have a background in computer science or IT. In my cohort, there are students who have a background in health administration, psychology. There are guys who have been in military and Navy. So there's no limitations in information systems program. So you can just come here, study about. There are some technical topics as well which you can learn, and you can move in business roles very easily. The skills you gain in this course, some of them are like project management, software requirements, forensics, resource planning, and IS, of course. All these are very hot in the market. So even if you put in just on your resume, the companies will just select your resume, and you have a good chance of getting a job and learning these knowledge. It's great. um, I wanted to, as I told, I wanted to shift from my technical role to business roles. This program is great for that, but also if you want to remain in a technical field, this program gives you the exposure and network which you need to build. um, Nicole talked about it a little bit. It's this program in at Georgia State. It's the top ranked program. It's one of the very few programs which is 1 year, and also in the top 10 of U.S. News ranking. It's ranked 8, and of course the brand matters. When the companies come for placements, they know Georgia State IS program. They know how highly ranked it is. Also, you save 1 year in career, and it's very less expensive than a 2 year course. It's a good mix of both, so it's kind of like a win-win situation. And lastly, after you graduate, you have opportunities to work with great giants like Coca-Cola, Ericsson, Ernst& Young, PricewaterhouseCoopers, Deloitte, and all the big four. And there are career fairs which Georgia State helps you to get into. It's free for students, and there are like more than 150 companies there. So just walk in with your resume, and you have a chance to get into these firms. Last thing I would say in this program, uh, diversity in the class. There are like guys from Bermuda, India, China, America. It's pretty diverse program, and it's great to be a part of this program.
Now, Allison will talk a little bit about our MS and IS audit and control program.
So, as Nicole mentioned, the Robinson College of Business is a very large business school. We are actually the eighth largest business school in the country. You may think that this would affect you in terms of your class size. It does not. Your class size will always be very small. But what it does is allows Robinson to offer a variety of programs that are filling a need in the marketplace. And the MS Information Systems Audit and Control is one of those programs. This program is fairly new. It is delivered from our ranked computer information systems, but it combines information systems and accounting to really prepare you for a career as an IT auditor. Again, this program follows the 1 year format. It is 3 semesters, 30 credit hours, 10 courses. It is offered in the cohort format. Now, difference with the candidate profile of this program is that you are required to have taken accounting 1 and 2 because you will have a few accounting classes to prepare you for the audit portion of this program. It is located in our Buckhead Center and is on Mondays and Wednesdays from 5:30 to 9:45 p.m. So here are some of the courses that you will take. Some of the courses overlap from the MSIS program, but what you will find with this is some of the courses are going to be offered from our accounting department and from our accounting faculty. So you'll notice the seminar in management accounting systems, information technology auditing, special topics in accounting. So again, it's going to prepare you to work within an audit setting. So why would you choose this program? Well, one, again, the ranking. It is coming out of our top ranked information systems program. But what really makes this unique is that this program has been certified from the Information Systems Audit and Control Association, known as ISACA. ISACA is a worldwide organization which is an association of information technology auditors. And they have not only approved this program, they have designated this program to count as 1 year of work experience towards the Certified Information Systems Auditor designation, otherwise known as CISA. So you will come out of this program with 1 year worked towards your CISA designation. This is huge. We have quite a partnership with ISACA, and as a result, if you join this program, you will also receive membership to the Atlanta chapter of ISACA. In fact, we are getting ready to host an event with the Atlanta chapter where we will bring in a panel of IT auditors to talk about career options in the US and world in IT audit. There is a tremendous market for IT auditors. In fact, we have companies calling us to recruit specifically out of this program. It is a very specialized skill to have not only the information technology knowledge, but also the accounting knowledge to go in and audit one of these systems. The highly qualified faculty are coming out of our information systems department as well as our accounting department. So you will get a very good mix of faculty within this program. And again, this has a very well-known presence in Atlanta. The Big Four specifically come to Georgia State to recruit for their advisory practices out of this program. So I can't emphasize enough how marketable not only the ISACA degree, but also the information systems and executive information systems programs. So hopefully we've convinced you that you would like to pursue a degree in information systems from the Robinson College of Business. And now I'm going to turn things over to Felton Todd to tell you a little bit about the admissions process.
Thank you, Allison. Now for our admissions process for the MSIS Executive MIT or the MISAT program, we look into a few different things. So, what does it take to apply? We take either GMAT or GRE as far as testing purposes, and also for our international student, we take the TOEFL or IELTS exam. Now for the TOEFL, we look for a average score of a 101, and also for the IELTS, we look for an average score of 7.5. Again, these are just the averages that we look into, but also we will still work with students that do not have those averages. So just keep in mind the averages that I just spoke of. As far as past academic work, that simply means we need basically all transcripts that you have attended to any post-secondary education institution. Even if you have taken courses abroad, we would need those transcripts as well. In a slide coming up, I will also talk a little bit more as far as the requirements as an international student, as well as some of the equivalencies or the translation for these courses that you have taken, if any. Next, work experience. For our application process, we look for a student to submit a resume or basically anything within the field of that you've previously done before. The resume will basically work as far as an indicator to see some of the things that you have done over your work history, and also too some of the things that you have accomplished outside of that, as anything as far as extracurricular activities, if you have started any foundations or anything of that nature. We love to see a student that has become more so a well-rounded individual, not just within the classroom, but also outside of there. Now, letters of recommendation. For these programs, letters of recommendation are optional, but I can always say it definitely pays in the benefit of the student to submit a letter of recommendation. You can submit up to 3 letters of rec. With these letters of recommendation, they can be from a individual as far as they speak, as far as your work ethic, or a previous professor. Now, if you're wondering if one of these things hold higher than the other, everything within this selection we count as equal for our admissions decision or admissions process. So it's beneficial for you to submit everything within the process that was just covered. Now, our current averages as far as for Robinson College of Business here at Georgia State as a whole, our current GMAT average is a 612. GRE score, if you are taking the new scale test, a 306. The quantitative average is roughly a 155. Quantitative, verbally, a 155. Again, these are just the averages as far as test scores throughout our whole programs. For our MSIS Executive MIT and also MyZap program, they are just slightly higher, but again, these are just the averages for all our programs as a whole. The GPA average as far as a 3.43 and work experience again, as Allison has spoke of, is an average of 5 years. But in these programs that we've spoken of or speak of, this is just the average, but the work experience is a little bit more. Now, as I was speaking of earlier, as far as the international applicant that will apply, there are some additional components to take into account. There's English proficiency. For the TOEFL, again, we look for a score of a 101, average score of a 101. IELTS, an average score of 7.5. But there are some contingencies to this, or exceptions. If you are a U.S. naturalized citizen or you have received a U.S. degree or degree from a U.S. institution, you can waiver out the English proficiency. Also, again, if you have taken any courses abroad, we do require a what we call a College of Business here at Georgia State. Now, also for financial resources, you must submit that information to our International Student and Scholarship Services. But for additional questions of what that would require, simply visit www.isss.gsu.edu. Now for our application deadline. For our upcoming fall semester for these programs, the application deadline for our international student is February 1, for our domestic student, May 1st. But if you're wondering as far as about these deadlines, it simply means we will need your application to be submitted by those times. We can still work with students past that deadline, but please just keep in mind as far as the different deadlines that are approaching. Now, the other deadlines that you see for the upcoming different semesters that we do offer here within Robinson College of Business and other programs, such as our spring semester, which begins in January of each year. Our international student application or deadline is April 1st, and domestic is October 15th. Next, we have summer, which begins in June. The international deadline is September 1, and for our domestic student is February 1st. Again, these deadlines are here just as far as to submit the application itself in by. We give students 30 to 45 days after that to submit supporting documentation, such as transcripts, test scores, recommendation letter, or anything that will support your application or admissions process as a whole. From there, it takes roughly 2 to 3 weeks for us to make a decision for you. And then from there, we will actually send that decision through the email address that you applied through on your online application system. Now, tuition and fees for our programs. For the MSIS, the fees are $41,500. For the Executive MS in MIT or Information System, it's $41,500 as well. And for our MS in Information System Audit Control is $39,000. Now, these fees will cover everything that you need as far as for the program itself. Now, there are some additional fees that you have to take into account, such as health insurance, as far as for any students that are interested as far as for these programs. And then as far as there's the application fee of $50, confirmation of $250 are just some of the things to keep in mind. Now, as far as textbooks, or if you're wondering anything as far as that, that is included with your tuition costs. So within this program or these programs that we've spoken of, we more so want you to focus on the content and curriculum itself. The labor of finding books, trying to find parking, finding meals before a class, anything of that nature, we as the representatives for the admission staff and also student services take care of that for you so you can focus on the material at hand. Now, financing your degree. Now, if you're working for an organization or company that also will guarantee you as far as tuition reimbursement, I would say definitely take this information back to your HR representative to see if you are eligible for any type of tuition reimbursement. Here at Robinson College of Business at Georgia State, we also offer scholarships. These are just a few that you can see that we have here at Robinson, but we also provide you a link for our scholarships as a whole for Robinson and also the university. You can simply click on that link or enter that link as far as browsing, and from there you can see the different scholarships that we do offer here within the university. They will have different requirements as far as test scores, and also deadlines, so please adhere to the information that you find upon that website. Next, we have graduate research assistantships, or what we like to call GRA positions. Now, for our GRA positions, they can be sometimes offer full or half tuition waivers and also stipends for students that are interested within these programs. Now, for our GRA positions, we look as far as for GMAT and GRE test scores. Just some of the averages for our GRAs as far as GMAT test score wise, we look for 620 or above. For our GRE, in certain cases, is a 310 or higher. But again, it's upon us as the admissions committee and also research committee. We will actually reach out to you as far as if you have submitted GMAT or GRE test scores. You do not have to do anything separate as far as scholarship wise or GRA positions. simply because once we receive your resume, your information goes into a portfolio for our GRA positions, and we hand this out to our faculty so you can see this information, so they can see your information if you are interested within those positions. Now, also, there's other opportunities or outlets where you can use to research or finance your graduate research assistantships or financing your degree, such as educational loans. As if you're an undergrad student and you have filled out the FAFSA, the same process will apply within this area. Then next we have the Grad Plus loan. The Grad Plus loan does a soft inquiry into your credit history, and if you are eligible for this, a representative from our financial aid representative will actually reach out to you to contact you to let you know you have received this. Now, outside of those, there is another opportunity for you, which is a private loan. But also keep in mind, if you do any sort of private loans, make sure to ask for what we call a educational loan, which has a lower interest rate than any other loans that are out there for you. So these are just some opportunities and ways that you can finance your degree here at Robson College of Business at Georgia State. Now we've ended as far as the webinar. We're going to open up the questions to you as the students. If you have any questions as far as for us, such as some as Allison, myself, and Nicole or Goroff, please feel free to ask your questions as far as within the chat session. Again, thank you for attending the webinar for the MSIS Exec MIT and also MyZap.